All right, what's going on, guys? It's summer here. I'm back with another video. Um, in this video, I want to talk about loving yourself. I want to kind of talk about like my experience with it, because I used to. It's not that I didn't used to love myself, but I guess I was just so neutral to myself that I just never took the time to be more positive. So kind of wanted to talk about it and talk about my experience with that, because it might help some people. So literally when I was younger, I think a lot of kids kind of experience this, I was kind of just experiencing life, so I didn't really think about myself in any particular kind of way. But then as I got more into like middle school, I started getting more on the internet, I started getting more influenced by society. I started thinking, well, how am I perceived by other people? How do other people look at me? How, like, well, what do they think? Well, what does so-and-so think? And I would even go as far as to ask my friends, well, how did I come off when I said this? Or what'd you think when I said blah, 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 you know? And they would like tell me like, oh, like I thought X, Y, and Z or whatever, but that never answered my question, because I wasn't asking them what they thought. I was asking them like, how am I being perceived? What's like my archetype, you know, like what am I coming off as? That's what I was asking them. And that didn't really help me. As I started getting older and I started going more with this thought of, well, how do they perceive me? How do they perceive me? And went from how do they perceive me to maybe I don't really want them to perceive me at all. So then I started kind of getting a little closed off, and I was still like a pretty like outgoing person with my friends, but outside of that, I didn't talk to people. I just like was quiet, which is not really who I am now. And I want to talk about like how that changed, because I think I gained a lot more confidence as I started learning how to actually love myself. So for me, loving myself is eating healthy. It's going and working out. It's making sure I drink enough water. And all of these are revolved around health. But it's getting good sleep. It's making sure I go outside when it's warm. It's making sure that I pack my lunch early so I don't have to be rushing before I leave. You know, it's all those things that I do to take care of myself. All that stuff is self-love for me. And that could be whatever it is for you guys, whether it's doing a sport, a hobby, making sure you get a bubble bath once a week, or you know, whatever it is, like just making sure that you take that extra time to take care of yourself. And in turn, people will treat you better too, because you treat you better. If you show up for yourself and you treat yourself to a certain standard, other people have no choice but to treat you that way, because that's how you will be perceived. Because the way that you perceive yourself, and that's crazy, because when I was asking my friends, well, what'd you think? I wasn't actually asking them what they thought. I was asking them what was their perception of me. And really, their perception of me is just my perception of me mirrored back to me. Like literally, it's literally that. So for me, as long as you treat yourself a certain way, that's how you will be perceived. If you treat yourself like you are the funniest person in the universe, right? And you make yourself giggle all the time, and you genuinely think you're funny, people are gonna think you're funny. But leave them alone. Come here. Here, get your toy. Lay down. So are people gonna, like, they're gonna genuinely think you're funny because you're over here, you're having a good time, like you're not afraid to just be funny, right? So I think it's like something that self-love and that confidence really does build up, where you're just okay being who you are. And honestly, I'm gonna be honest, it's way easier. It's so much easier to just be yourself in every situation, because then you don't have to remember, now who was I in that group of people at that certain event. Like, no, I'm gonna just be me, and then that way I don't have to keep track of nothing. I'm not showing up any kind of way. I'm me. I'm always me. Y'all don't ever gotta worry about me showing up different, because I'm gonna always show up as myself, right? So I think that's something that has really boosted my confidence a lot, because I'm more comfortable just being myself. I'm more comfortable sharing my interests, what I like. And in turn, I find a lot of people like the same things. Or if they don't like it, they admire that I do. It's really interesting. Or like I find that because I'm more comfortable in the stuff I like, I start noticing other stuff that people like, and I compliment them on it. Oh, I really like those shoes. Oh, now that's a really pretty coat. That's nice. I like that. Or, oh, I love how you got your hair today. Whatever it is, like, I'm starting to notice those things in other people and complimenting them, right? And for me, whenever I get a compliment on something I genuinely like, I love the compliment. Like, it makes my day so much better. Like, I'd be like, they noticed, it's so nice, isn't it? Like, oh, you know, whatever it is, right? And so I think as we get more comfortable with ourselves, as we learn how to love ourselves more, it's so much easier to love other people. Genuinely, unconditionally, because you can do that for yourself. You can show up for yourself. You can set boundaries for yourself. All these things, I think they really mix into each other. And they all revolve around you making sure you are healing and you are a more complete person and you're working through your different experiences and you're growing than not. Because, and don't get me wrong, there's a time to not grow. There's a time to rest. Because you've come so far already. Let's not ever forget where you started versus where you're at now. Because if you're still here, then you've already made multiple strides, right? But I think it's really important to also, maybe I'll work on it once a week. Maybe I'll work on it every couple weeks. Whatever those things are, whether it's, you know, getting over some social anxiety and taking yourself out on a solo date. Ooh, now that's something I still have to do. And it's scary. I mean, I've taken myself out to eat before, but that's like it. I haven't like taken myself to like a movie date or anything before. And I need to. But being able to do those things and be confident, like, yeah, I'm here by myself, so what? And it's not even like I'm here by myself, like I'm here enjoying my time. And the one thing that I think is that really helped me with how are other people perceiving me, is instead of thinking how are they perceiving me, I just thought for 2 seconds how I perceive other people. And I realized I didn't really care. I didn't care about their insecurities. I didn't care. And in the best way possible, meaning I didn't notice, and it didn't change the way that our friendship went. Their insecurities never changed the way our friendship went. I never cared about how they were really insecure about, acne. They were really insecure about their height or whatever it is. Lay down. Either way, that never affected the way I thought about them. In fact, I like them because they have quirks and they're fun, you know. It's not fun to be the same as everybody else, right? So just a couple things to think about. Bio's so funny. Just a couple things to think about. I was just thinking about this and thinking about how, you know, like, yeah, no, it really matters when you can show up as yourself. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm gonna go ahead and close it out here. I'm about to go sleep. I haven't been sleeping because I filmed this video with the beautiful morning sun coming through the window. So I'm gonna go sleep. I hope you guys have a good rest of your week. Don't forget to take your meds, drink your water, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.